I'm Adriaan Van Donk. Good afternoon. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Corbotics. I have a background in IT services company, which I started in 2000 and sold in 2018. And I joined Corbotics just after the first prototype delivered or developed. I'm really thrilled to present the first echo robot in the world to perform transthoracic examinations of the heart fully autonomously. Transthoracic examinations, abbreviated as TTEs, also known as simply heart echoes, are the most commonly imaging method used for diagnosing cardiovascular diseases. It's simply done by manual work of a professional sonographer, and they are moving the ultrasound probe over the chest of the patient, and at the same time they are setting and updating settings of the ultrasound machine to optimize the quality of the images. You need TTEs to initially detect cardiovascular diseases, but you also need a lot of them to repeat them and to check on the monitor the status of the illness and also the effectiveness of the treatment. There's a huge problem in sonography for hearts. There's a big shortage and it's growing. The numbers, in the period of 2011 till 2021, there was a study showing that in that period there was an average growth rate of 14% in the number of TTEs in the US. And that is very likely to continue this trend after COVID picked up. That is because, for the obvious reasons, the growing population, the aging population, but also the increase of prevalence of CVD. At the other hand, on the supply side, there's a really significant shortage in staff, and that is growing very rapidly. We have an estimate of 14,000 open vacancies only in sonography in the US by the end of this year, which is huge. Also, if you look at the dropout rates of sonographers, it's quite substantial. It's because of the repetitive strain injuries coming with the profession. And that altogether results in the obvious problems like increased waiting times for diagnosis, but also unmet needs and increasing costs per TTE. So what we are doing is very revolutionary. We are introducing the world's first echo robot, and it's meant for outpatient plannable exams, and we are focusing on image acquisition only. So we're not doing the automated diagnostics. There are other solutions on the market out there, but together we create a very, let's say, challenging and also a beautiful end-to-end solution for future customers. Our technology is patented both in Europe and in the US. And let me just show you a short video of our robot echo in action.
The Corbotics Echo robot can make fully autonomous cardiac ultrasound exams using an echo probe mounted on a robot arm. During an exam, ultrasound data is gathered and processed using novel AI techniques. This results in movement instructions for the robot arm. The operator can control the system using a touchscreen interface. The patient can also see the exam's progress on a separate screen. The patient lies down on the bed in prone and lateral positions, giving the robot access to the chest.
So what you just saw was our robot echo in action. It takes a few minutes just to prepare the patient in a manual way. That can be done by a low-educated assistant or nurse. It doesn't need any sonographer anymore. And once the preparation phase has been done, our machine takes control and fully autonomously collects all the images needed for a TTE, which is about 40 clips of different angles of the heart. So it's quite challenging. Besides integrating the hardware components in our machine, which will be done by a contracted manufacturer, we are, above all, we are a software company. We have an easy-to-use user interface. We create the AI and machine learning algorithms to find the right spots and also to optimize the image quality. And we also integrate with the external systems of our future clients, making sure that the current workflows remain exactly as is. For the clinicians among us, we collect parasonal and subcostal views in prone position of the patient and the apical views in left lateral positions. We are optimizing all the modes of the ultrasound machine, and currently we are starting the clinical trials with participants with BMI equal or less than 35. This is a calculation of a return on investment for a future client, assuming that that client will have 3 of our robot echoes running in parallel, and it only needs to be operated by 1 full-time assistant, and this will provide around 400% gain in capacity and a 40% cost reduction per examination. We are currently integrating with a Challenger probe system, which is good for purpose for addressing, let's say, the first line of care, so diagnostic centers making screening echoes. But later on, we will also integrate with high-end vendors like GE and Philips. We're talking right now to them and exploring our business relationships. And of course, they are very promising because they can also, together we can accelerate because we are addressing the same markets and the same customers. What we will sell are the BBE units, but we can also offer a pay-as-you-go service. We will have a recurring support and maintenance fee, and also we will resell the ultrasound machine. But given the variety of pricing, of course, we cannot price that in a standard way. Currently, there are no competitors providing similar solutions like we do. So we're out there alone, and we've protected our inventions with patents. We have a launching customer, a strategic investor called Digital Centers, or which is called DC Kliniken, and they will roll out 14 of our first machines. They already pre-ordered our machines for their operations. And we have clinical centers where we just started our first clinical study. So a little bit about the projected sales. The first year is already covered by the strategic investor, and then we did a very straightforward calculation of the installed base of ultrasound machines out there, and assuming just a replacement ratio, and that gives you, together with a market share, it gives you the numbers. So we took very safe assumptions here, and it's only based these numbers on the European rollout, and we have to add the American market as well, which is, of course, the biggest market by far. So where are we? We just started the clinical trials, and we would like to have a regulatory approval both in the EU and in the US by mid of 2026. We have 3.5 million, of which 2 million is still in cash, and with the given runway and ambitions, we have a runway until the end of 25. So what we're asking now is 8 million to fuel the commercialization, but also to start working on integrating with other ultrasound vendors. Thank you.